let's say socially, I'm all over the place.
Okay.
Like, I cater to people. Even in Liberia, I used to have my own and not-for-profit that they call Hope is Coming Soon.
Okay.
And it was supported by and supported by another charity company, charity organization in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it still in existence?
No, because of some circumstances that were beyond my control. You know, usually when you collect things for people in the States, they want accountability.
Of course.
And sending things to Liberia, there was no accountability. And the people want to know where the things are going, where the money are going.
Okay.
They want to know, so I just try to desist from that before I get into trouble.
I know there are other things we could talk about, but let me firstly say it feels very good to come to realize that a Liberian leaves Liberia, goes to another state, and he or she tries to do well to impact the lives of other Liberians and also establish institutions there that are also working. It speaks good of the country. So I want to say thank you, along with some of your folks that are there who are also working tirelessly to make sure that Liberia has a good image, outside of Liberia. But let's come back home. Firstly, let me ask you, when did you come back to Liberia? And how often do you come home?
I was here last year. I came to check this building out. Personally, the building was sitting in is owned by me
Okay.
and my brother.
All right.
And
That's good.
yeah.
So I hosting my landlord. I need to be very careful in my line of questioning.
Yeah. It's something that my brother was at the forefront.
Okay.
You understand? But sometimes I try to tell the Liberian people that sometimes, Joshua, what you doing in Liberia? You come to Liberia where you even get land or you get house, because I keep my things very secretive.
Okay.
But now,
But you not made it one public now.
I made it one public, because my brother said, man, this is the time for you to go public, and you understand.
I deliberately asked that question before we go to other national issues.
Yeah.
I deliberately asked that question to come up with a follow-up question, and that follow-up is: most often you see people, especially in the context of Liberia, acting generous. I listen to you. You say you are also a humanitarian.
Yes.
You've been working here, though one of your projects did not work because some other differences.
Yes.
But I want to know, behind all of the things you are doing, is there any motive?
No, actually, let me tell you. Everything that I'm doing is because for where we came from, and because of empathy. And put it in the shoe of our present president, George Weah. Okay. George Weah came from Crowtown with nothing. He played football. But what he did with all his money, he brought it back to the Liberian people.
Okay.
When you look at the history of George Weah, you will see refugee camp where he started playing football. All his money, he bring it back to the refugee camp. He become peace ambassador. Disarming kids. Doing this. These are things that we should set. He set as an example for us that follow him.
Okay.
And we have the same opportunity. We decide to emulate him and do the same thing.
But he ended up being president. Who knows? Maybe.
George Weah became president because of actually, if things were going right for this country, you understand? George Weah could choose other beings, you understand?
Okay.
To help the country. But you see, he saw that there was no one there to do anything.
Okay.
And he had that dream to build a country, to assist. building the country. But then when you look at it, he said, look, I think that I can try to do something. And you understand? And he began to do it. Look, when we started CDC, I one of the founding members of CDC.
Okay.
Senator Western, you ask for peace or anything. We have meeting in my house. We do a lot of things. You understand? I one of the strong supporter of CDC.
Okay, it's good. It's good you said that. That will form part of our other discussion.
Yes.
But let me be clear because I want a clear answer because we're on record.
Yeah.
Do you have any intention whatsoever beyond what you're doing to either be representative, senator, or president in the future or today?
Actually, time will tell. Time will tell.
You sounding political now.
Yeah. Time will tell. I cannot tell you any direct question right now.
So you can
Yeah.
say yes, you can say
I
no.
can't say yes, I can't say no.
But time will tell.
Yeah, a lot of during the rally of George Weah, a lot of Sonoran came to me.
Okay.
They said we need people that are from Sano County, you understand, to take over that.
Oh, you come from Sino?
Yeah, from Sano.
Oh, okay.
To take over that place, you understand? Because we saw what are you doing, and you said what your president, and everybody do. I said no, it's not the time for it now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you bring somebody tangible, or I will be able to support that person. You understand?
Okay.
But with me, it's not something that I prepare for. You
At the
know?
moment?
Yeah.
It could be in the future?
Yeah. But it's not something
Okay.
I prepare for.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. Now let's transition into politics now.
Yeah.
Like I said, it is good that you openly stated that you are one of the founding members of the Congress for Democratic Change.
Yes.
Okay. I want to take it face value. I want to agree because I was in there, blah blah blah. Yeah. But let me come to you. When you guys were strategizing, when you were putting the ideas together to form the CDC, what kind of discussions you guys were holding? What kind of CDC you were trying to settle?
The CDC that we're trying to settle, we're trying to build a tradition, you understand, that every Liberian will be part. Every Liberian will get a role to play, no matter of your ethnic background, no matter where you come from. When you are Seditian or you are Liberian, you understand, you will have a role to play.
Okay.
And definitely, you can see that. You can see that. You will see through all this country. You'll see a lot of young people holding a lot of top position where they never even dream about holding.
So that was the vision.
That was the vision.
Okay.
You understand? That was the vision. And we still working to that vision. This is the 6 years. We're still working. When you started something, you have to grow. You understand? George Weah built a party. You know when George Weah built a party, he was opposition. And he maintained that status of opposition. You understand? That like opposition are fighting, let's say right now, they don't know the right from the right, who's supposed to be president. That's a clear view that the people do not have.
Okay.
Do not have anything tangible to do in this country. That's a clear view. My brother, you can see it for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we will touch on all of those things.
Yeah.
We have time. And you see, I decided to give my landlord more time today. So don't worry, we'll talk about all the one. Yeah. But I do it small.
Yeah.
Okay. We're still on the side of the CDC.
Yeah.
Most often you listen to your critics, politicians, those from the other side of the divide.
Yeah.
They say your government has massively failed. All of the promises you made, excuse me, in the past, you are yet to fulfill them. For instance, they say people still suffering in the country. People still crying every day. The price of the staple food still high. Electricity, even Monserrato County can get it. All those things they're talking about. The breach of the Constitution and all of those. What can you say to them?
Look, my brother, John F. Kennedy said, what you can do for your country. And you understand? It's not what your country can do for you.
How does that apply here in Liberia?
It applies meaning to the oppositions.
How?
George Weah came to power. Every little investor that George Weah tried to bring to the country to help the Liberian people, the opposition will always tarnish the country's reputation out there.
How?
Oh, people are dying. The country is not safe.
But we heard all of those things during the tenure of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as president of Liberia.
Yeah.
But yet,
Ellen
there were investors, in Liberia.
Early had the country, we just came from war. A lot of the international community were in sympathy with us.
Okay.
They were in sympathy with us. They waived our debt. Army flooded in the country. Anyhow, there were no EPS. They had a lot of foreign nationals in different hotels, bidding. There was a lot of cash flowing into the country. You understand? It was not like George Weah. There was nothing even left in the country. I think you know what George Weah talking about. We have to hustle our own way out to bring money into this country.
For 6 years now.
For 6 years, the little revenue that we're getting, international community helping. But this money is not enough. Then you go look again, the pandemic came out, COVID-19.
You don't remember Ebola as well during Johnson Sirleaf administration?
Ebola did not last the way COVID. Ebola was a one-shot program. And what we just we ran for a whole year. Right now, we're still dealing with COVID.
Ebola exposed our health system as compared to the coronavirus.
My brother, let's put where truth belongs.
And where does the truth belong?
The truth belongs to, and the COVID-19, it bring an economic situation to the whole world. Okay. You understand? That even we from a third world country, before the country could even help us, before America could even help us, they will start helping themselves first. All these things has an impact for goods and services. That's the reason why when you look at the Red Crosses, the way they treated the Red Crosses, like George, we have put Red Crosses up because it was not true. To get rested in America, we used to buy rice for $35 a bag. People were buying rice, sending it to Liberia. The rice went up to $75, $55. Sometimes you don't even see it. You understand?
But you had the money to afford. You could afford to buy it.
Who could afford in Liberia?
I'm talking about you guys on that side because you're drawing that analogy here.
No, because we were sending it to, like, I could afford to buy, instead of buying 10 bags of rice, I was buying 2.
So let me bring you back. So you are attributing the underperformance or the minimum performance of the CDC government to global economic problems in the sector of economy. Is that what you say?
That's some of it, and some of it it derived from the fear mongers trying to stop people from coming to invest into the country because there were a lot of stuff. The country was not good, safe, and all this stuff. Look, let me give you one example. Something happened in South Africa. I think they were beating Nigerians in South Africa. The police beating Nigerians with stick and all these things. The opposition took that particular recording, and when you see it, they make it to look like it was in Liberia. When I saw that recording myself, I was sad. I said, why police will be treating people like this in the country? This is a human rights violation. You understand? This is not good. But
you're talking about Liberian politicians?
Yeah.
The ones in opposition?
Yes. They took it, they were flying away all over America. Now look how they're treating the people. A lot of people in America are fried. They said, I don't think I will go down there for Christmas. What? How do people can treat people that other people can treat?
But how do you change the mindset of people who maybe quote unquote will listen to the opposition first? How do you go back to them as operatives of government to convince them to come and invest in your country?
That's why George we are doing. Because Liberia is one of the peaceful countries in the world. Right now, the sitting president, from the time George we have become president, all the insult the opposition using on him for Profeki, Yeke Koruba, quote-unquote other guys, they insulted many. It's very peaceful. Well, tell me, what kind of political person insult be there? None. Under the George we have regime. The prayer is very peaceful.
What can you say about road connectivity?
George Weah, I think he one of the president in the history of Liberia.
The very first president. That normally you can see.
Yeah, to bring, look at the roads. When you go to Rehab, when you come, when you travel from here to and Kakata, and you understand? There's a lot of roads that George we are fixing. During early time, early build the roads. By the time you go those sustainable roads, and being someone.
You said Weah was the one that paved the road to go to Magibi Kakata.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But look at Rehab. When you go to Rehab, you see all the road connected. When you go to Concord Town, from Concord Town, passing, go to the sport complex, all the roads are connected. And when you go to those communities, the roads are connected. They will always argue the plan was there. But he was not forced to implement the plan.
No, government is continuity.
Yeah, continuity, but
so
he
can
abandon it. He can abandon it and take care of other stuff.
And
he can direct
that
the
doesn't
phone.
work in the spirit of nationality.
Other president did it.
Or nationalistic spirit.
Other president did it, my brother. Other president did it. You understand?
Okay, but he didn't
He could take the road. He could take that money and say, let me get the road straight to Grand Crew. Let me get the road to Sandal. You understand? Because you have soft instincts.
Okay.
But what he did, with a limited cash, that revenue that the brother is generating, he put it right back into the system. And still we're complaining.
How tangible are those roads?
These roads are well built. Right now, when you look at the Ghana-Ville, Pinsville, from Freeport to Ghana-Ville, these roads are very solid.
That project was initiated by Johnson Sirleaf.
It
was negotiated, signed.
Ellen gone.
Before Joshua came.
Ellen gone.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to remind you, though.
If it were going to be George Weah project, you understand? If that George Weah was going to negotiate that project, you know, it was going to be 10 times better than what Eddie negotiated. I believe you.
So because Ellen negotiated that road, So it makes it automatically a bad project because George Weah did not negotiate. Is that what you're saying?
No, I say we're going to be more better. It was going to be better.
But
If that was job, we are going to negotiate.
How do you describe it now?
It's better, but it's not. It's not why it was going to be more than that, my brother.
No, but you know, at times when you say some of these things, you should. I mean, let's try to put politics aside, right?
Yeah.
Japan is one of the countries in the world noted for producing durable things
Yes.
that we know of. Products of Japan are so good. And that road, my understanding per the specifications given to us by the technicians, that road is one of the best in Liberia at the moment, and because Japan put their all into it. So why? Because Ellen signed it, so we should say that, I mean, it is not better.
Oh, but
But you
brother,
said better in fact. But you
yeah. Look, what I seen, John, we have vision. Sign that contract was going to be different.
Oh, okay.
It was going to be different. And you understand?
Okay.
That's what I seen. And I seen the road is not better.
Okay.
And you understand? But his vision that he get for the country, you understand, it was going to be better.
What else, before we can go to the other side, what else you think Josh Weah can do to take the people from poverty, from their current state of livelihood, in the next few months before we go to elections?
And what I would tell you here is this. If I were advising George Weah now, I would definitely tell George Weah, let's start from the bottom to the top.
And where is the bottom?
The bottom is the people.
Okay.
Let's start from the common man to the top. You understand? Because let it feel what CDC where it came to power. Let it try to feel it. You understand? Let it try to feel it. I've seen all the developments that George Weah doing in the national park. And these are things that you promised the Liberian people that you are going to do. You understand? But sometimes they need to put food on the table. You understand? And how are they going to put food on the table? That's why it says, let's start from the bottom to the top.
Job creation for the people.
Job creation. And then job creation, yeah, it's not only government create job. Government is a referee to make sure that peace and stability in the country. Then investor come into the country and create jobs. Citizen create jobs. You understand?
Okay.
Right now, you go to America, they will say small business. You understand? It's the moving economy of America. The small business people.
Okay.
Like you own your trucking company. You hire 10 people. The 10 people paying taxes to government. The guy own a painting company. He hires 6 people. 6 people paying taxes to government. And they feeding a family. Like me, I own a Joshua Brown pool service.
Okay.
I get 5 employees. Besides, I get subcontractors. You understand? They're feeding the people. Are paying taxes. You see?
All right.
These are how businesses move. So government stabilize the country.
But
Peacefully.
those things can only happen when the people are empowered. For instance, I want to establish a business to be one of the biggest contributors to the national covers through taxation. But I don't have the means to even start. I don't have the beginning capital. How do I do this when the government is not helping me?
The government create,
I'm
sometimes when we say these things, you understand? You will blame the government like a lot of Liberians today. They hold all the banks. government give them the opportunities to go to bank and collect money, to borrow money. You understand? But the banks, the Liberians are not trusted. They eat the people money. They don't do nothing. They go to the bank. They borrow money.
How many people eating money?
Look,
How many people?
seizing houses, bank seizing. Look, let me tell you, one of my friends, I will not call name. He was on the agriculture project. You understand? And a company from Europe was sponsoring the agriculture project, the Swan Red project. But they want Liberian to be involved. You understand? To do that. The Liberians will go create bookers, documents to the banks. They get 75,000 things that. When they gave them the money, the people came into the country and went for assessment. All the way to Grand Crew, this place. Nothing. But they get them the money. You understand? That's how Liberian. And what happened? There is no consequence. You see the reason why America is developed that human being is very hard to control. You should have consequence. You take anything, you must bear the consequence of your own choices that you make in life. You understand? And it's not happening in this country because the reason why some of the things not happening because we are connected with each other. Like you here come and grab you, you say, oh, Joshua, my brother, man. You understand?
Does that apply to the national discourse? Maybe we are interrelated or we are families. We are families. So if I steal, for instance, if I'm corrupt, you will not punish me?
The punishment will come, but sometimes it will not be severe the way it's supposed to be because we are one. Our country, look at the population.
Can we attribute that to President Weah's government?
President Weah, when you look in President Weah...
To what extent is he fighting corruption? That's what I meant.
The very first thing, I think corruption, when you talk about corruption is very limited on George Weah government. It's just a romance. People stealing here and there, people stealing.
Are you sure of that? When the U.S. government has sanctioned people for malpractices?
You see, I don't like to do in these things because where I came from.
But those are officials of government.
Yeah,
and America doesn't just indict someone without evidence.
Who told you that America never indict people and the same people are found not guilty?
Those cases are rare.
But man, America indicted Michael Jackson here with almost 10 charges. And they went to it, and Michael Jackson came up clean, not guilty.
So what are you trying to push? What are you insinuating?
What I'm saying here is, take you see, sometimes America create some chaos in the country. That's what I'm telling you, that's a fact. If they know this thing, they get the power. They get the power, they get the tools. And you understand? To bring this proof and arrest the people because of their money.
But America, excuse me, America doesn't have the power. They don't operate like that under the jurisdiction
of. They shouldn't talk about it. They shouldn't talk about it because you know what happened?
Why are you sounding angry as though America, has done something wrong?
Look, I'm telling you, if it was some developed country, that people stealing and doing this, America will never go to them and tell them, say, you fire your official, you do this, you do that.
America didn't say so.
But
they just sanctioned them.
They sanctioned them. You understand? Because they get a willpower, they sanction the body. You sanction the man.
What is your government doing? What is President Weah doing now? You know, in line of this to fight corruption, since 3 of his officials have been sanctioned by our traditional ally that he boasted of during his SONA repeatedly. What has he done to, maybe take the people to court for the law, maybe say, let the people go to court if they are clear, fine. If they are guilty, fine.
Look, America bring charges on these people. Like America, Liberia never say the people corrupt.
But you think Liberia come and say it? When the people in our,
if they know,
all
they
the
will
people
say,
in our Jawia friend,
Jawiapo, all the people, Jawiapo the necessary mechanism.
Jawia friend,
Jawiapo the necessary mechanism into power to check and balance.
okay.
All these institutions are here. The anti-corruption, this corruption. Jawiapo everybody into power. Okay, so the people let it work. Let it bring their charges.
So you still want them
The
to
national
be working?
legislatures, they're there. Let it call the people for questionings. Let it call the people for questionings. That's what they're there for. Let it do their job.
President Weah is the president. These guys we're talking about, the McGill, the Bill Tuawe, and the Serena Councilor, Sima Serena Seaforth are all his friends. Those are his buddies. He could just tell them, gentlemen, you have to, take advantage of the legal process, either to clear your name or to be found guilty.
Joe, we have a tangible reason to do that. Now, America, you should be able to understand. Liberia is a suffering country. You understand? Not because America says. I so sorry said that Joe, we had told the guys to resign. You understand?
You disappointed?
I disappointed to say tell the guy to resign. The guy should remain to the position. If they get any charges that their money, let they come. You know what happens? I don't like to do anything because you know what happens. Sometimes it will. Sometimes you point fingers, and you understand. It will come back to you.
Okay.
You understand? Sometimes you point finger, it will come back in your face.
Okay.
Because I left for somebody to go through the competent court or jurisdiction.
Okay.
Only the court can tell somebody that you're guilty. So for me to be dwelling on the guy's issues that is still because of public sentiment or where U.S. embassies see and all this.
So you don't trust the Treasury Department of U.S.
No, the Treasury Department, they are human beings. They know their own reason why they're doing this thing.
That's why you don't trust this particular report that they brought.
This report, my brother, I will not tell you say I trust it or I don't trust it, but then you should go further. If you want to do something, you should go further.
Thank you so
understand?
much.
Yeah.
Joshua Brown is the CEO of Joshua Brown Pool Service, LLC of Delaware in the USA. He's doing pretty well there, according to some of the things he discussed this evening on the show Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia. Well, we're talking some, national issues, political issues, cutting across the political divide. Let me come to you. Let's talk opposition a little and then open the phone lines, right? The opposition is forming a team to defeat your party.
Yes.
And there are some sticky issues at the level of the opposition. My understanding is they're trying very hard, working very hard to settle that problem and form one team as you've done at the level of your CDC, the LPDP, the MPP, and CDC. Yeah. So this is one thing they are doing, to come together and defeat you for several reasons. You failed, you done this, you violated the Constitution, your government is corrupt, and they are the only people that can rescue the nation. Someone may say or ask you this question, Mr. Brown. Yeah. You don't think it's prudent to give the opportunity to the opposition to lead the country at this moment?
No.
Why no?
The reason why when you hire somebody and you see that the person is progressing, doing things that never happened in the history of the country. And you understand?
So you also believe that, you subscribe to that assertion?
Yes.
That President Weah is the first time president. The first time president, what they phone from here and pull it here. The first time person, what they bug and pull it here. The first time person.
I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it with my own eyes. Look, go to PHP. Go to PHP, see what the brother doing there. Look at the invisible pie. Look at the hospital in Popolus. Look at the military hospital. Right now, JFK improving rapidly.
The opposition says, no, you should give them power.
We can't get them. The Liberian people will decide. If we're going to get them power, the Liberian people will decide. And the reason why that I think the opposition, they do not want, they deserve power is because they feel George Weah, he's not supposed to be the one to do these things. They want George Weah to be, because George Weah from the slum, Okara Town, Nuku Town, Sony Wayne, all these places. So George Weah is not the one to do this kind of a thing. They're the one. They're in the higher class. But we got message for them that the people love George Weah. And George Weah is one, look,
Can love be, transmitted
yes. George Weah,
into possible votes? Now, the same love they have for the man, 2020, the midterm election, the opposition flogged you massively.
Look, it was not George Weah on the ballot. You should understand.
Also, George Weah
It's
should
not
be there.
George Weah
But
on the ballot.
George Weah had candidates that he supported.
Yeah, he supported them. But look, right now, look, let me tell you. I was here, Joshua Brown. For George Darren Dana, my $500. I supported him.
When?
You understand?
During
the election, I supported him with $500.
So why you supported an opposition over your own candidate?
That's what I'm coming to. During the first time election, where he won for like 2 years before the midterm, I challenged him that George and Darren, there is no way you can flog George Weah in Mosorado. And he told me, Joshua, George Weah is your friend, is your brother, he's president, and he never did anything for you. And you understand? And I will prove it to you. And I told him, I said, Darren, if you flog George Weah in this election, and you understand?
Yes.
For the midterm, I bet you $500. That's the reason why, and I gave the $500 to Henry Costa. I said, this is my bet. And I gave it to George. I gave it to Darren. And you know what Darren told me? He was trying to play politics with me because he know my intelligence. He know my output and all the things, and he know what it means. And he told me, like Joshua, when you come to Liberia, I will make you a diplomat in my office. And you will get your diplomatic passport.
Senator DeLong?
DeLong.
Okay.
And then I came to Liberia. I never visited him or even called him.
Why you didn't do so?
Because...
You want him to appear like a liar?
No.
Okay.
It's not that. Because they done the very first thing where they don't... Because the language he was using, and you understand? Like running propaganda between George Weah and myself. That man, you been behind him from time to time. He's your friend, maybe your brother said. And you understand? And that man, he president. What he gave you. But he never knew what happened behind the scene. I did not want to... I never vied for any position. I, Samuel Toy and Maggie would sat down in Maggie's apartment. And you understand? And Maggie asked me, sincerely, Samuel Toy is a living witness. Maggie is there. He asked me. He said, Joshua, what you want? We won the election. I told him, I said, Maggie, I have other stuff to do. And you understand? I'm not prepared to move to Liberia right now. You understand? So I do not want no position.
I see why you won't speak against your friend. Because Mageda your friend. Your
So
personal friend.
no, Magay is not my personal friend. It was the second time I met Magay.
Okay.
When Samuel took me to Magay. And I saw, and we talked, and I went back to the States.
What's your relationship with the president? How tangible it is now at the moment?
Oh, we're in a very good relationship.
Since you came back, have you spoken with him or have you seen
I will
him?
show you a text he sent for me several times. You understand?
Okay.
And I supposed to meet him. You understand?
All right.
But we've been missing each other because
I
of
mean, I
my...
schedule
Yeah.
too on your own schedule.
And-
But I mean schedule plenty.
Yeah, that means he been having all this stuff. And I do not just want to go to him because I have other tangible things for us to discuss,
Okay.
to put on the table.
All right.
You understand? All these things I have to be prepared to meet a president. I don't just want to run into a president. You understand? Like other
Yes.
people, they say president said for you, you gotta be prepared to meet a president so you can discuss national issues.
We go to the phone
Actually,
lines.
the way. And let me tell you something. I will be receiving one of the highest honor on April 29 by one of the vibrant and long-lasting alumni association in the America, the Liberia-VOL Association.
Okay.
They'll be giving one of the highest honor
All right.
as Liberian on the 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations in advance.
Okay.
We'll go to the line 0770907907. 0809079007. Joshua Brown, CEO of Joshua Brown Pool Service in the USA. He's in our studio tonight. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Our first caller.
Thank you very much for me to be your first call. This is Ogun Fufana. I'm calling from Bajo Valley tonight.
Go ahead.
Sir, I've been monitoring your show for me to listen to your guest that this honor to himself that I think this brother should be the first person. You know, when it comes to disco, come with fact. Don't be sentimental. You see, to defend life is very, very. You see, when you ask the way the man can be hustling for him to ask for caution. If you say that they defending two way, if that any job we are coming initiate, can be stronger than this. You know, honest to yourself, and also saying that Joe we are the best president. I agree with you. Joe we are the first president that starts stealing abroad money in very soon.
Thank you so much. We'll stop it right there and take another caller. Like you said, we don't have to be sentimental as well. Good evening.
Good evening, people.
This is Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Emmanuel, me said thank to Mr. Brown. Yes, for us, it was done now. And the players analysts, the relations are faster to national response and defending the support the people of
Go to
Ghana.
your point.
So just we are first people. The next first thing appreciate Mr. Brown. I think Mr. Brown said all in the studio there. I think he just left with the Liberians. And some of us, we are very excited of them, continue to listen to listeners who could message. And when the time comes, they will know who will tell the river. But I think Mr. Brown said something very important that all of the ministry SSA that you have Liberians that have the opportunity to work. And then I think they should get the opportunity to work for the country, you know. So because the election is coming, so let's go let them have the opportunity to do the work for the Liberian people. When the time they go to the food or go in Bajira, we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me take another caller. Good evening. Good evening.
Really?
Yes, sir. You're live.
Yeah, this is Omen Dickley in the Cobra Matari.
Go ahead.
Joshua, what made me to call is Joshua's funding the development, human development or physical development should start from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But now, my question is, Georgia, why is it that instead of free tuition from ABC to 12th grade, they go, he pay free tuition for college graduate at the university, where minister them, deputy director them, president himself, all of them attending. So Is that start from the ground?
I hope you got him correct. But
Yeah.
let's take more calls. You will respond to the callers later. Good evening. If you continue that way, we will cut you off. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, brother?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm speaking to the voice of Liberia. My name is Aaron Singwani. I do call you from Salala District, Lower Bond County.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, let me tell Brother Brown and the rest of the Liberian people. Those who are listening to the voice of Liberia, there's a need that we manage our emotions. Liberian, we have had all of these things, some of whom have never brought out the expected result. Mr. Brown, let me tell you this. I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer in Bone County. I will not need your eloquent speech before my better ball tree can bear. I will not need your eloquent speeches before my planting tree can bear. Be it as it may, what we need is the struggle that our forefathers launched to have come with multi-party system. We as sons and daughters of the indigenous and be the Congo, it is about time we educate the Liberian people when it comes to constitutionality. It's not about speaking of an individual. Let us let our people know what the law says and what should happen, what shouldn't happen. When these things go across, whenever anybody becomes leader, they are not going to be liability or right against the person regime one. That person action is towards the constitutional functions of their position.
Thank you.
Yes. I mean, I want to just,
Yeah,
before I drive the line.
Quickly, others.
Yes, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We saw donor money came in a country. They supported agricultural activities. They get rural connectivities. Our people are in the interior. They are farming, growing crops, and they finding it difficult to take their crops to the market. Have they had any opportunity for storage? They grow perishable goods. And these things are not being practiced by us as Liberians. I think there is a need for us to consider the economic value of any road that you lay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Another caller is on the line. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. The voice of Liberia family this evening. By the way, the introduction, I'm Alfonso E.S. Kamara calling for district number 10 for my resident transformer community this evening.
Go ahead.
Let me friend. This government is not government to be discussable at this time. This government has definitely saved the Liberian people. We are not going to think about this government re-election. All we are waiting for 2023 for our renewal program. To all matter we have failed all massively at this time. So it's no comparison, there's no yardstick that you can compare Malasari administration, that was this so-called people administration. This man does not know our job. We're going to retire him politically, democratically, constitutionally, come on October 10th. Our next president here waiting, Alexander Benedict, to be precise. Thanks for my contribution.
Thank you for your contribution. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
We are fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say a little thing about my brother from the state, what you are saying. Liberian people, actually, I'm Justin, the one calling from Johnsonville. Liberian people, actually, when it comes to what the brother was saying about all the loan, I know more than 500 human beings that take a loan up to now. They're all over the country trying to hide, escaping and hiding ourselves. That's how we look. This country is easy for all to live in, but because of our own behavior, the way we look at things, the way we do things, people entrust us something, we take it to be our we do. We do things ourselves. You see, all of our concepts make get rich. All of our concepts get rich. And according to the election, for me, the election that will come in will have on October this year, 2023, President, we are stand a better chance. Number one, because now we have to first of all pray for what we get, and then wait when the man come finish. Another man come there and do what he can do.
Okay.
But changing leader far. I don't know what part of the world you see the change leader far there. You see development come.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another caller on the line. Good evening. We take a few more and then I go to my guests. Good evening.
Good evening, Manuel.
Yes, sir. You're live.
I was praying God said today the brother apostle. I do the only for the brother Sultan.
Go ahead.
You know, if you say this government feel you massively, I don't think you live in a country, or I mean, maybe I think you come from elsewhere, or you get into Liberia.
Okay.
Because if you say this government feel you, then you cannot basically like talking nothing there. Because we see the only 5 years, we see the action have been taken by this government, and you say that and say the government feel you. You know, if you want to see job, we are just working the transformer. You're working. You're working a little bit. What is the transformer? If you say we're shopping, you in the country will suffer. Just go save a room. Just go gym. Just go live there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Good evening, Emmanuel. Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Okay, this is not Justin calling from Clay, Bomi County.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Okay, I want to say thank you for the show this evening. You know, I listened to the brother that is studio there when he said he going to meet Joshua for him to tell him, let it start from the bottom. I don't know, 5 years you don't start from the bottom, like 6 months you going to start from the bottom. Is this time now for you to start from the bottom? You know, everything about CDC, the very first time, in a way, they their very first time, they brought hardship, it's their first time. Today, they're making things hard for people, it's their first time. Today, the corrupt minister, then they are all passing around here, dancing, it's their first time. So, everything about it is their first time, history, the way I've done it. So, all of the wrong that they do, we're not seeing it. Okay.
Thank you. Let's take 3 more and then go home. Go back to our guest, sorry. Good evening. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. We take 3 more calls. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
This is Theo calling from this 17 to be a job.
Go ahead, Mr. Doe.
Yeah, my brother, this administration feel massively.
Okay.
Since the government came to power, my brother, the government have never signed any concession agreement that would make the citizens work.
So they're asking you for a second chance. They would deliver.
My brother, we will find it difficult for us to give the government a second chance.
Okay.
Because at no time the government ever went out and brought concession agreement. Let us sign concession agreement. A citizen of it is impossible for the citizens, for all of the citizens to work in government. It is impossible. So what the government needs to do is to go out, and bring investors that will make the citizens work.
Okay.
Well, our young brothers and sisters and what have you driving from the universities and they get sitting now and there's no work. Including other people that also get work. It is impossible. So the government needs to go out and bring investors. Georgia needs to go out to bring investors. If he does not do that, I'm rather sure that he will be out.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm so much attracted about this show you studio this afternoon. You guys, I don't know, if you've lived in America for so long, when they come on inside to see us suffering, you don't even know what to tell us. A man that they sitting in studio telling you that this administration, you don't even know what they call road net connectivity.
How you say so?
They are not even going there.
The men
You
are
say my party
technicians.
road are coming to every day, say road net connectivity, they are going into it. You know how many post offices in this country?